So I'd like you to imagine with me that you have a very important interview tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. You lay out your professional clothes and print off your resume. Then you take your smartphone, set your alarm, and then proceed to place it underneath a pillow on a sofa downstairs where you are sure not to hear it. You even make sure not to plug it in, so it'll probably die before the morning anyway. Wait, what? That makes no sense, right? You can see the ridiculousness of this situation. But that is what we do with our smoke alarms. Fire can be devastating, and yet we have these devices that we do not use to their full advantage. The gravity of this situation came to my attention last month when my family had a small kitchen fire, and I realized that we do not have any smoke alarms in that very flammable room. Fire, normally thought of as a natural disaster, can be a very personal disaster. And considering how devastating a home fire can be, it is my intention to provide a simple way to prevent individuals and families from being struck with this specific disaster. So, most of us probably have fond memories of fire. Perhaps a bonfire outside, or a crackling fire in the fireplace during the winter, or perhaps a perfectly roasted marshmallow. Those fond memories sometimes make us feel as if we have somehow tamed fire, but I am here to tell you that that is simply not the case. According to Michael Carter in his research for the National Fire Prevention Association, tells us that 1.2 million fires were reported in 2013. Of those fires, over 500,000 occurred outside, leading to 65 civilian deaths and over $600 million in damage. Another 160,000 occurred in vehicles. However, the remaining 480,000 happened in structures. Now, most businesses and corporations have a lot more oversight concerning fire code, and so I would like to focus on a place where we as individuals can have the most impact, in our homes. You see, 76% of those structural fires occurred in homes. That led to $6.8 billion in damage, as well as over 12,000 injuries. It also led, worst of all, to 2,755 deaths. That happened only in 2013, and that was 85% of fire casualties in that year. So when we look at the damage that fire can cause, we have to say, what can we do to change that? I think that we need to start with being vigilant about our smoke alarms. So what is a smoke alarm? To me, it is honestly that piercing noise that I hear, and it tells me that I've burnt the garlic yet again. But according to Cambridge Dictionary, as well as dictionary.com, a smoke alarm is an alarm that calls attention to a fire and its whereabouts, or an electric fire alarm that's activated by the presence of smoke. So do we really need these devices? Well, according to Marty Ahrens in his research for the National Fire Prevention Association, 96% of Americans said that they had fire alarms installed in their homes. That was in a telephone survey conducted in 2010. But you see, Ahrens also tells us that smoke alarms were installed and working in only 50% of home fires. So where is the disconnect? Are the smoke alarms failing us? Honestly, we are the ones failing the smoke alarms. You see, in 47% of fires where smoke alarms were installed but not working, it was because the batteries were either disconnected or not there at all. But it doesn't stop there. In another 24% of those fires, the batteries were simply dead. So you see, this is our responsibility. This is something that we can change quite simply. I am not asking much. Please, all I'm saying is buy a fire alarm. If you don't have one, get those installed. It's not going to take much. Also, if you have smoke alarms already, test them about once a month. Or if they are over 10 years old, that's about the time that you need to replace them. Also, be aware of your surroundings. Ask your family and friends if they have smoke alarms, and if they don't, please follow up with them and make sure that they get them installed. Also, although I do not want anyone to live in fear, please do not think that a fire could not happen to you. That is the worst place to be. So, What I would like you to do right now is go. Press that test button. Make sure your batteries are installed. Listen to that piercing noise for just a moment, knowing that you are putting you and your family at the top of your safety priority list. Who knows? You could be saving your home.